polling day is just about a couple of days away in Karnataka, and today I have the pleasure of introducing to you and bringing to you the one man who's actually created history for the BJP in Chikkaballapur, Dr. K Sudhakar, who's been the health education and health minister in Karnataka. Thank you so much for joining South First, Dr. Sudhakar.
Thanks.
Like I said, let's start with what I said. You created history for the BJP, becoming the first candidate of the Saffron Party to win a seat in this district where the BJP is pretty much non-existent. But this time around, you've been given in charge of other districts in this belt. So tell us a little about what you're doing here to ensure that the Saffron Party's
Firstly,
mark
I
is
am
made.
grateful to the people of Chikkaballapur because when I contested from BJP party, the opposition ridiculed and said that the party is having only 2 or 3% vote share. He will be third. Okay, that is what they said. But they went on to make an historical victory. They gave me a lead of almost 35,000. So that lead I did not have while I represented from my earlier party as well. So to that extent, I am very grateful to my people of Chikkaballapur, and the party has bestowed me with so much of opportunity, like handling COVID management during the crisis as a health minister, and they added medical education. In the last 3 decades, there is no minister who handled both ministries together. So coming back to the political point of view, the party has given me some responsibilities to take care of the 3 districts prospects: Kolar, Chikkaballapur, and Bangalore Rural. As a minister, I am in charge of Bangalore Rural. Kolar and Chikkaballapur used to be one district before it got divided. So that's been 16 years. So more or less, I am in constant touch with the people and the leaders over there. So I know pretty well, like it is like my backyard for me. These 3 districts. Of course, this is like a desert for BJP area, political desert. But still, we are going to put up a very, very good fight here, and I am very hopeful that we will bag at least minimum 5 seats. That is a worst case scenario, and the best case scenario would be 8 seats
In these 3 districts.
in 3 districts. In 2018, we scored 0 out of 15 seats that we have. We scored 0 there. So from 0 to 5 or 8 would really add value to the party, and that could be the deciding factor to cross our magical figure.
Because old Mysore region has been somewhere that the BJP also is looking to not just win seats but also enhance its vote share overall.
I am sure minimum vote share that in every constituency in these 15 districts will cross 20%. From 2% will cross 20% minimum.
Where do you align with the BJP's ideology? I asked this question very specifically because when this entire Uri Gowda, Nanjay Gowda debate was happening, you were perhaps the only Okaliga leader in the BJP that had a diametrically opposite stance in that entire issue. So it makes me ask you, where do you stand as far as
ideologically, I am in sync with BJP on many issues. Like, I am a true Hindu. I believe in Hindutva. Hindutva, I always feel that this religion is the only religion in the world which preaches, unity in diversity. And I don't think so. This religion is quite religious. Unlike, I don't want to comment on other religions, but this is very unique principle of living, with everyone, with all faiths. Believe in all faiths. Believe in the people, respect the people, love the people for what they are and how they are. That is the true sense of Hinduism, in my opinion.
Okay.
A true Hindu is who is like a global citizen today. This was taught to us thousands of years ago. That is the kind of scripture of Hindu. So I'm very, very happy to be a Hindu. I'm very proud as a Hindu. And this is the only Hindu dominated nation that we have. This is the Hindu nation that we have. So why not protect them? So to that extent, the BJP party is originally committed for Hinduism and Hindutva philosophy, which I totally am in sync with. Secondly, the BJP party, when it comes to the common civil code, so there's nothing wrong. We are all Indians first, religion next, caste next. We should not be get disillusioned by our cultural and religious practices, because nation stands first. So as a Indian citizen, why should somebody be treated specially for being belonging to some religion?
I'm glad you brought up UCC, because that is also part of your manifesto. You were heading the manifesto committee for the BJP. It's also, since you brought it up, it also seems like a very well considered decision for you to include these 2 points, and NRC as well as UCC. But these two also have been a very emotive subject when it comes to minorities in India. In your own constituencies, there are 35,000 Muslim votes, much less than that. 20,000 Muslim votes, and you are someone who's hosted iftars, etc. So the lack of, let's say, even representation in the BJP this time around as well has no Muslim candidates whatsoever. So does this not become a communally emotive issue?
See, you are not doing anything against anybody. You are trying to protect the local sentiment, the local nationals. That is our legal obligation also. So, if you are going against the illegal immigrants, why should any minority, our Indian minority, should bother about it? We are protecting our interests. We are protecting our Indian minorities' interests, Indian majorities' interests. We are protecting the Indians' interests. So there is nothing wrong in that. I don't think so. They will have any issues with that. The narrative should be in such a way that we should propagate the right narrative. The intent in which we are doing should be communicated to the last person. Communication is very important.
Also part of your manifesto, since you also read it, throughout his speeches, for example, the Prime Minister has been very categorical that he's not for freebies. He has an irritation towards the very term. Revdi culture is how he refers. But your manifesto also does offer a lot of freebies, whether it is the free LPG cylinders in a year, free millets, free milk. How does that fit in the BJP's or the Prime Minister's scheme of things of saying no to freebies?
I totally respect the views of our Honorable Prime Minister, because freebies is not the way forward for any growing nations like India. And at the same time, simultaneously, what I would like to say is the elected government has certain obligations, social obligations, like education sector. If you're giving free education from KG to PG, it is your obligation. Through education, it is the powerful tool of empowering your youth. That is number one. Under Food Security Act, which has been implemented several years ago in India, we need to ensure we have a healthy society. Only when there is a healthy society, you can build a wealthy society. So, keeping that in mind, as a medical doctor and as a person who handled health ministry, I know that a lot of people are suffering from undernourishment, malnutrition, and anemia. So I had to take this call of providing 5 kgs millets, which provides them a lot of proteins, minerals, and vitamins. Along with that, what we call as milk to be a complete food for children, pregnant women, lactating women. So we cared for the health of women, children, and seniors. That is why, if you observe, in the entire nation, this is the first time a state is offering millets along with the rice. So I feel that this was our social obligation. Nothing to how Congress tried to woo them with lot of assurances, bogus promises, hurting the exchequer without even thinking what the exchequer would happen, what would happen to the treasury, and how bad the state will be ruined with such bogus assurances or guarantees, what they call. Because I believe that when a government was there for 5 years, they should have come out and given their report card rather than these bogus guarantees. Because the people don't trust them, maybe they are giving that guarantee card. So coming back to the third assurance that we have given, which you think it is a freebie, offering 3 cylinders in a year to women. See, under Ujjwala scheme, our Honorable Prime Minister did two things. One thing, to promote clean energy. Number two, to save the health of women, to promote the health of women. Thirdly, to save environment, to save the forests. So I realized, under the circumstances, because of the war that is happening in Russia and Ukraine issue, definitely the international crude has gone up, and the gas prices are, unfortunately, it is increased. But still, with all the prevailing conditions, I'm thankful and grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister for the kind of decisive leadership and timely decisions that he has taken in maintaining the kind of inflation under the present circumstances. It is well within the norms. When you compare with all other nations, the inflations have gone up, and when you compare the same inflation increase during UPA regime, when everything was normal situation, that inflation was like 8%, 9%, and today it is 5.4%.
But however, the crude oil prices globally have fallen down, yet the fuel prices in India haven't.
No, because of the situation. You see, the central excise tax is reduced.
Yes.
Similarly, we reduced.
Yes, at the state.
Since it is a BJP, we reduced 7%. But you saw where the Congress ruled states: Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Now Madhya Pradesh was Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Why didn't they reduce even 1 rupee? 1% they did not reduce.
Most pre-poll surveys show that there could be a hung assembly in Karnataka. A lot of these pre-poll surveys also show that the Congress perhaps will be the single largest party. Let me get your impression of these pre-poll surveys first.
I don't believe in this pre-poll surveys.
Right.
There are few pre-poll surveys which have predicted a clear majority for BJP as well.
Okay.
And I sternly believe that BJP is going to form the government on its own this time, without even the support of anybody else. That's my gut feeling.
Okay.
I have visited many constituencies across the state before the elections. I know the pulse of the people.
Right.
When I look at it, I feel that in South India, this will be the first time BJP will come to power on its own.
To continue the second part of my pre-poll questions, pre-poll surveys, you said you're confident that the BJP will come to power on its own. Coming back to the issues that have been flagged, like I said, inflation or price rise or unemployment, corruption largely. Do you think these issues have marred the BJP's chances or the BJP's perception, especially the corruption allegation?
Congress, out of desperation, they stoop to the new laws of in the political space by trying to create a false narrative about corruption, saying 40% sarkar hai. Because in 2018, I remember our Honorable Prime Minister, when he campaigned in Karnataka, he said very clearly 10% sarkar chahiye, nahi chahiye. This is a 10% corrupt government. Vote them out. This is what he said. And it stuck in people's mind. And they were rooted out, they were shunted out. So they realized that if somebody can make an allegation without any basis, without any evidence, still they think that people will believe. If the lie is said 100 times, maybe a common man thinks maybe there is some element of truth in it. I am honestly saying that the false narrative that the Congress has tried to spread about the BJP and 40% of corruption is a very far from truth. And in the last 10 or 15 years that I have seen, this government under a tremendous pressure situation, we faced COVID situation, rain havoc, a flood situation that we faced. Exceedingly, we have done a great governance. We have given a great governance, good governance, and very quickly we have done exceedingly well, even economically. We have come back to our normalcy much before than other states or other nations. And today, we stand number 2 in GST collection. We stand number 1 for attracting the highest for foreign direct investments. How does a FDI come if our sarkar is 40% sarkar? If this government is corrupt, why do you think the foreign direct investments come and they think Karnataka is the heaven of investment? Why Bangalore has become the startup capital in the country? Why has it become the IT hub of India? Why has it become defense hub of India? So there are a lot of things, lot of good things that have happened. Unfortunately, they are trying to market themselves. They are trying to market against us, which I feel the educated Kannadigas will not yield to such false narratives.
But you're pinning it all on the opposition, whether it is the JDS or the Congress. But they are not the only people making such allegations of corruption. There is the Contractors Association. There have been.
It is a defunct contract association where they have never done a contract in the last 15 years. They could get one person who is about 80 or 85 year old, who has done his contract 20 years ago. He is not even possessing a contract license. He has handed over his license 20 years ago. So this, you can understand what is the motive behind it. When my cabinet colleague has filed a defamation case against him, the court has given a notice for him to appear. He has never appeared till now. He has not submitted any evidence. It is a very clear. And people now today, common man is telling that this is a false narrative. Nobody is ready to believe that.
You like you pointed out, this time you hope the BJP is going to outperform itself in the previous elections. Something that the party also credits to this claim or this aim is bringing in a lot of new faces. A couple of years ago, you were also a new face to the BJP. How has the BJP welcomed you? Do you still, Is there still an outsider versus insider tussle? And what
No.
does these new faces in the BJP mean?
My party, BJP, really respects and honors the talent, the people with substance and commitment. This is my personal experience. A person who has come only 4 years ago, he gets the opportunity for as a convener to prepare the manifesto of the party. What more recognition, what more responsibility one can ask for? This is a huge respect, huge trust and confidence that my seniors, my senior most leaders have posed confidence in me. So, like me, there are many young, talented people, people with the dynamism, and they will definitely get the opportunity, right opportunities at the right time.
My last question to you is after the collapse of the JDS Congress government, you were accused of engineering these defections. First of all, why did you choose to leave the coalition, and why did you motivate others
No,
to join
from the
you?
day one, I was against aligning with JDS,
Right.
because for me, the political rivals were always JDS in my den,
Okay.
Chikkaballapur.
Right.
So I could not accept, because there was no pre-election alliance. Suddenly, out of the blue, just because Congress lost an election, Congress should have sat in opposition, in my opinion. The first day when they announced that they're forming an alliance, and they have already announced that H.D. Kumaraswamy is going to be the next chief minister, I was shattered. So I was the first person on the day one. I said this is an unholy alliance. As a Congress MLA, after my results, I told in the media, this is going to be unholy alliance. This is not. This is unacceptable by me. I can't accept this. Secondly, there were local issues, uh, like sanction of a government medical college to my constituency. At the last minute, they cancelled it, or I can't say they cancelled. They took away that institution for one of the taluks in Ramnagar district, for which I had to fight politically. Thirdly, uh, though I was offered, my name was cleared for the Pollution Control Board chairmanship by then Congress President, National Congress President. However, Mr. Kumaraswamy did not issue an order for me of appointment, even after 6 or 8 months after the clearance of my name. So I thought such people should be taught a lesson. When a party of 80 MLAs lend a supporting hand to form a chief minister, to form a government, where his party had only 37 MLAs, and he becoming a chief minister at our mercy, at our hard work, and he disrespects, forget about disrespects is a understatement. He used to humiliate us. So I decided such coalition should not work in the state, because it is a curse for the state's development. I'll give you one small example. Under Kisan Samman Yojana, you know that center provides 6,000 rupees to farmers every year. Similarly, our state BJP after coming to power, we announced another 4,000 topped up, and we are giving 10,000 per month, per year. The coalition government headed by Kumaraswamy, when asked for the details of farmers, you know how many farmers details he had given this government? It was only 17, 1-7.
The Prime Minister has said that in his rallies.
1-7. After BJP government is calm, we are giving to 52 lakh people. So what is the kind of injustice mooted by our Kumar Swamiji, who claims he is the son of soil? What is that he has done for the farmers? This is the kind of injustice that he has done for the farmers.
I know you said you're very
That is why
confident.
double engine Sarkar both important in Karnataka.
I understand you spoke about you're confident that the BJP will come to power on its own. In the case there is a hung assembly, I shudder to ask you, what would your reaction be if the BJP then goes into a coalition with the JDS?
I will not be very happy. Personally speaking, we should form our government. We will form our government. My gut feeling still says we will cross the magical number without any kind of issues.
Thank you so much for your time and for answering all of these questions. It was a pleasure to have Dr. Sudhakar join us on South First.